The fact that 2 episodes in a row they can blow my mind with plot twists like this is really a testament to the quality of Sword of the Demon Hunter. I can already tell so many people are gonna write this one off because a majority of the episode doesn't go flashy and over the top. In any other show, Buddy pretending to be a bodyguard for this girl and a demon approaches means they would just cut that guy's head off and then our boy would come in and save the day. But they let him live. And they do this slow burn build up to a demon that's hunting this girl who feels all these negative emotions because she's not biologically related to this man. And she worries that she's not actually his daughter, that he doesn't view her as such because of whispers and rumblings people say. And that feeds into a demon. So her letting go of that emotion and then finally being able to strike it down, but then they pull the rug from you and say, hey, you know how we thought we were going to have episode 2 be like 100 years in the future? Because that's seemingly what they ended the episode on. Actually, it's only a few years after the first episode in terms of episode 2, right? So we went back to more or less where the show was when his sister got killed. Turns out this man is our main character's father, who we know damn well did not treat kids that well when his was a demon. And the fact that seemingly he was almost like he was going on redemption, treating someone properly the way he should have treated his OG daughter, and the fact that it was a combo double whammy of it was feeding on this little girl's emotion on top of his dead mother. That was a hell of a plot twist, I gotta admit. And I think that really turned this episode into pretty damn close to the same quality of the debut episode. I'm loving this one. I'm expecting so many people are gonna write it off as too slow, too boring. I'm sure the time skip will confuse people, but hell, anime fans are confused by shit every day anyway, myself included. It is what it is. But either way, like I am loving this one. Of course, if you want to see my full thoughts on these episodes, support my work, we got the Patreon, full link at live reactions over on my Patreon exclusively. So, I think this one's gonna be good. I mean, am I still slightly concerned because the studio doesn't have the best track record for finishing shows? Sure, but then again, the show was delayed like a year. Pretty good amount of time to finish a product or at least get it on the right track. I definitely walked into this episode thinking it was going to be a different show because the end of episode 1 was like, it looked to be like 100-year time skip. And I assume we will eventually get up to that, but the fact that they go back to only a couple years or a year after where his sister killed our girl and cut her head off is an appropriate time skip, I think. And the idea that he's essentially at this point in the story's run a sword for hire, that if you have demon troubles, if you pay the price, he'll get the job done. And I think it kind of works for a story because it lends itself to have an almost episodic feel that he'll, traverse the world, slay demons as he approaches trying to find his sister to cut that bitch down because he ain't happy with what she did and, she needs to go. I think it works for a story. It has this classical old kind of Japanese folklore feel mixed with, some modern ideas. But in general, this is a world that is plagued by demons. Your average person is not going to want to pay a demon hunter to protect them or take care of demons because they'll say, demons don't affect us. They don't even come this close to town. Or I bet, demons aren't even a thing. It's just, the rich people trying to milk us for more money. But as soon as you're actually affected by these, you'll pay any damn price. And given that this guy's probably going to have a pretty good track record of getting the job done, yeah, he demands payment. But the fact that he gets the job done means that people will pay said payment whenever shit gets real for them. And I like the idea of the second story that we've seen now of this show being simple at face value. They could have just left it as it was this girl's emotion. They didn't even have to tie it to his sister and mother and father. But the idea that, it's a girl who, it's a genuine thing. Like, of course, an outsider looking in, does this guy look like he treats her as his own daughter? Yeah, 100%. Nothing that I'm seeing in this episode or the way people are talking makes me think that he's like, this is my adoptive kid. She's not really equal. No, like, it looks like it's a kid to him, like someone that he worships and loves. Would pay any price needed to keep her safe. But it's understandable why someone who hears whispers and how people talk, and honestly, just, you see it a lot with adoptions in general, of people being, like, oh, do they actually... It's an insecurity that's believable. And the fact that demons can be born, they confirm in this episode the 3 ways. Demons can just mate with each other. Demons can capital R grape people to make a demon, or they can be born through negativity, like just such extreme reactions, jealousy, rage, hatred, and that's another way. So initially, you can cut down a demon, but if the source of that demon's, envy and anger and hostility isn't cut down too, it's just going to keep coming back. So her saying kill the demon is the only way to release her connection to that. But the fact that it came back because it's more than just her, it's the fact that it was a combo. It was both his dead mother combined with his father and his sister. That whole connection is just so mind-blowing because I didn't see that coming at all. Probably because I was like, is this like a 3-year time skip, 10-year time skip? How far are we here? But also, I didn't really remember what the guy looked like when he beat his sister. But the fact that you combo that, it's not until he also has... It's touching. It's tragic. This is like 2 in a row of pretty tragic stories, but very effective. I like how the show looks. I like it. If you don't get a lot of these shows where it's like it embraces the slow burn, but it doesn't feel like watching paint dry. It doesn't feel like, oh man, has it been 20 minutes? Oh, it's only been 2 minutes. No, like the episodes feel like the appropriate length. Like I'm not saying they fly by like they're 5 minutes, but they feel like 20-minute episodes. And every minute, every nook and cranny of this show feels like it knows what it wants to be, and it's a very competent production. And when it does drop the bombshells, yeah, they're even more exciting, but it's the fact that you let the viewers soak in. You don't rush to the... It's like an action movie, right? If you're just throwing action every which way, the only things you care about are the big explosive moments. But if you actually care about the story and the characters building into those big set pieces, you're going to like the product a lot more, and that's exactly what's happening. This is great. I still think episode 1 is one of the best debut episodes of the year so far, but this season has a lot of really great premieres. But I would still keep Sword of the Demon Hunter in my top 5 of new anime this season. I like it that much. And while, I have pause for concern about, are we going to get shafted? Is there going to be a delay? We'll get 8 episodes in and they'll be like, actually, we can't finish a 2-core production. Sure, it's always in the back of my mind. But I'm going to judge what I've seen now for 2 episodes, and it's literally one of the best produced shows of the season, if you ask me. Loving it. Did not see that plot twist coming. I doubt they can continue to plot twist every episode, but I think this was an appropriate plot twist because of how it combos into the first episode, and it really gets you more connected to the MC. Your thoughts down below. What did you think of episode 2? You going to keep on watching this one? Because I definitely am. Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Marcel, 1980. Old Man. Dark Alchemist. David. Luke Brownfield. Devin Diego. Ashley Hawkham. Corbo. Casper Jewel Jensen. Adam, and we also have George Para. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.